Like The Great Mouse Detective, this is another favorite amongst my family, so I was exposed to it quite often when I was a kid. But when I decided to rewatch it again after a long time, never would I have expected that it would blow me away. For number 5, this is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Never has there been a Disney animated feature that's this adult and this risque. Well, for the most part. And I just love every minute of it. The animation style is more realistic, the conflicts are more mature, and even the characters are more complex, which is why a lot of people consider Frollo one of the best Disney villains. Someone who claims he's a man of God, but so against the gypsies that it fills himself with so much sin and vengeance that he's often blinded by the fact that what he's doing is wrong.
I know what you were imagining.
Such a clever witch. So typical of your kind to twist the truth, to cloud the mind with unholy thoughts.
And that's just one of the great examples of characters here. So it's amazing how much depth and complexity they would go both in the characters and in the story of Notre Dame back in the 15th century. Not only that, but also many of the subject matter they touch upon is not the usual ones Disney would use, like religion, gypsies, which is a bit like a social commentary on immigration, lust, and my personal favorite, dealing with a heartbreak. Yes, people, this is a Disney movie where the main character doesn't get the girl. And honestly, I wish more animated films tell this, because that's a moment in life everybody experiences, sometimes quite frequently. Sure, eventually in your life you'll find true love, but down the line, you will end up loving the wrong person and they don't love you back, and you will learn it the hard way. I absolutely love that they explained this because it also helps with Quasimodo's goal, which is not to fall in love, but to be socially accepted, to walk among the people and be a part of them without being considered a monster for being ugly. Speaking of which, for a butt-ugly guy like him, he sure does have one hell of a voice. But if there's anything that really blew me away the most about this film, it's the musical numbers. Okay, imagine the Circle of Life. Now think about how it made itself so big and unforgettable. Now, imagine if all the songs are like that, and that's what you get with Hunchback. They each really went all out to show the sheer size of Notre Dame along with all its detail. It doesn't feel like a musical number, but more of a major event. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you are armed and ready to debunk everything I said with one small element in this film, the gargoyles, Hugo, Victor, and Laverne. Whenever people talk about this film, they're always the one negative thing people say about this. They're too goofy, they're out of place, they make the movie look dumb, etc, etc, etc.
I don't get it.
Perhaps he's sick.
Impossible. If 20 years of listening to you two hasn't made him sick by now, nothing will.
Although I do get what people are talking about, and I won't say that they're wrong. But they didn't really annoy me that much. In fact, I kind of find them fun. Also, keep in mind that we're talking about Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Stuff like this are to be expected, especially during the time after the major success of comic reliefs like The Genie and Timon and Pumbaa. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. Again, my family loved this movie a lot when I was a kid, so I may have grew a tolerance to them. Besides, could be worse. I'm surprised that Disney's not advertising as much as the other greats, because this is definitely a major highlight of the Disney Renaissance.
Sing the bells, 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 sun. Give me one day out there. All I ask is one, to hold forever.